Hello again. This is Kingston Town Administrator Keith Hickey with the latest edition of This Week in Kingston for the week ending October 14th, 2022. A lot of things happening behind the scenes. People may not be aware. There's obviously no fall town meeting this year. So anybody who's been looking for a fall town meeting warrant, no need to look any further. There isn't a need to have a fall town meeting at this point, so we don't intend to have one. But there are some items still going on, more behind the scenes, so to speak, to make sure people are aware of. Just try to spend a couple of minutes. Last week, our planning director and I, Valerie Massard, taped a TV show where we outlined a number of the larger development projects that might be coming to Kingston over the next year or so, and wanted to make people aware of what those were, and again made a plea at that point during the TV show for anybody who's interested in helping shape what Kingston might look like in the future with some of this development to reach out and maybe consider applying for a membership or a seat on the zoning board or the planning board. So if anybody has an interest in doing so, I'd urge you to do that. On a completely different topic, this weekend is the last weekend you can pull your boats out of the town docks down at the Ardina. So if you have a boat that you have down there, it's supposed to be out by the 15th. So please try to do that if you can, so we can get those docks out of the water and prepare ourselves sadly for winter. As far as the agenda goes for next week's Board of Selectmen meeting, a lot of small items. We've got a one-day liquor license request for our Barktoberfest event on October 23rd. We've got 2 or 3 policies that are being proposed by the Council on Aging that the Board of Selectmen consider. The Council on Aging Advisory Board is recommending to the Board of Selectmen that they adopt an increase in the Thursday lunch cost from $3 to $4 for residents because of the increased cost of food. So the board will be discussing that. The Council on Aging Advisory Board supports that increase. Unfortunately, we have to try to pass on those costs to those who use it. The Council on Aging is also looking to modify the inclement weather policy when the Council on Aging building closes. So some real housekeeping things there, not a huge issue. I don't think anyways at this point. So we'll deal with those. We're looking to hire a full-time dispatcher to fill an opening that we have. We've been asked by a group of people to send a letter off opposing the dumping of radioactive waste in Cape Cod Bay by Holtec, who owns the Pilgrim Nuclear Power Plant. So the board will be discussing that. We've also had a number of resignations in the last couple of weeks. We've had an assistant animal control officer, a laborer from Streets and Parks, our payroll coordinator, an admin in the town clerk's office, all of which will be brought forward for the board's acceptance. Excuse me. And then lastly, the town clerk is requesting that the board approve and post the state election warrant for excuse me, the November 8th elections, which will be just more of a housekeeping type thing. Just to remind everybody, if you are interested in voting in the November 8th election and you aren't able to make it to the school on election day itself, you can certainly do your mail-in early voting. If you haven't received any information, please reach out to the town clerk's office. They've got the information on file, or stop by the clerk's office during business hours, and we'll be happy to provide you the information you need to get a ballot, early voting ballot, so you can participate in that state election. Some of the things happening more behind the scenes, like we talked about earlier, we're starting to put together our capital improvement plan. We're starting to prepare for our fiscal 2024 budget. We're beginning collective bargaining with all 5 of the unions that we have in town. We are preparing to start Reviewing some of the proposals that are coming forward for potential warrant articles, whether it be from the planning board or other boards and commissions. So a lot happening. We'll keep everybody informed as to what progress we're making on those, so people can be aware of that and participate wherever they'd like. But with that, I want to thank everybody much for watching, and we'll see you again next week. Have a great day.